Good evening. A report today confirmed that for decades, children in Sussex had suffered what it called appalling abuse at the hands of clergy in the Church of England because tribal leaders put the Church's reputation before the needs of young people. Well, the report by the Independent Inquiry into Child Sexual Abuse highlighted offences by 18 members of the clergy in Sussex, many of them brought to light over recent years after investigations by this programme. As Piers Hopkirk now reports, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, Lord Carey, also came in for sharp criticism for his support of one of the worst abusers.
He's the highest-ranking member of the Church of England to be convicted of sexual abuse. The former Bishop of Lewes jailed in 2015 after admitting abusing 18 victims. Today's damning report critical of the Church's inaction, which saw Peter Ball only brought to justice 23 years after his criminal behaviour was first exposed, when he was cautioned for gross indecency back in 1992.
One of the most damning things that comes out of this report is that right from the beginning, as soon as these allegations against Peter Ball were coming to light, George Carey, the then Archbishop of Canterbury, was batting for Peter Ball. He was advocating for Peter Ball. There's no evidence that he was concerned for victims and survivors, and that's an extraordinary thing for the head of the Church of England to be doing.
The report said Lord Carey was the only person able to take steps to limit Peter Ball's ministry, but it described his response as weak, displaying overt support for Ball's innocence despite having no justification for his position, and that his compassion, whilst often accorded to Ball, did not extend to his victims. While the support the Prince of Wales gave to Ball after his caution was called misguided. Phil Johnson from Eastbourne is a survivor of abuse in the church and a campaigner for abuse victims.
When allegations of abuse are made within churches and in other institutions like public schools and football clubs and things, people tend to rally together and protect the reputation of that organisation and are far more concerned about that than they are for the welfare of victims or for taking corrective action to protect children going forward.
The report also examined the crimes of other clergy within the Diocese of Chichester, men who left a string of victims across Sussex during decades of abuse, revealing how the Church offered them secrecy and protection, leaving known offenders with unrestricted access to children and young people.
There is absolutely nothing to defend about the way that the Church and others handled this situation. It is inexcusable and it's utterly shocking. And even though, as you say, there are no surprises in the report, it still shocks me every time I read anything about the abhorrent abuse.
The Church insists safeguarding is improving. Survivors say change must be quicker. Piers Hopkirk, BBC South East Today.